Hi loves, it's Emmy. Welcome back to my channel. I have been pretty busy, so that's why I haven't been on. I think it's like almost 3 weeks, but I did get some stitching done, which was awesome. I did some new starts. If some of you guys know, I think in my last video I talked about wanting to do like a December daily, where I started a new cross stitch project every day. It's something that they do in like the scrapbook world and the memory keeping world. Basically, the month of December, you're supposed to take a picture every day, and then you scrapbook that picture. And it's a way to because it's the holiday times and all that kind of stuff. So my cross stitch version was going to be where I was going to have a new start every day leading up to the 31st, or leading up to the 1st, I guess. And then that would start my no spend / no start with an asterisk by it 19. My no stitch or my no start no by 19 is really more of like a for me thing. So if I finish 2 things, unless it's some kind of full coverage piece that's relatively large, medium large size, or like a hade or something. I mean, I have a couple hades. I'm not going to finish those in a year. I know myself. Or something, like Map of Hawk on Hollow, which I started. Then it can only be 1, but then it doesn't have to be. But if I finish 2 things, I can start something else. And really what I mean by no buy is not buying charts. I know Christine from Stitch All the Things had a really cute idea, which I don't know if she got from someone else, but to put basically every time you see a pattern on Instagram or Floss Tube or Facebook or whatever, write it down, put it in a jar, write down all the information, the publisher, where you can get it, all that kind of stuff. Put it in a jar, and then when there's a special occasion, when I have a finish, I would just go to the jar and pick out something to buy. And for me, that's huge because, like Christine, I'm an impulse buyer. The thrill of pressing buy it now is way too much for me. So, yeah, that's my thing. And it doesn't matter if it is something at my LNS or something on Stash and Load. Like whether it's $29.95 or $2, like it's no buy. I don't need any more patterns. I don't need any more charts. So, with that being said, I tried to do December daily. I was pretty good up until like day 5. And then I had just kind of forgot, I think, that my finals week for grad school was the start of that week. So then I got really behind and was just like, you know what? I'm just going to try to start as many as I can. So that's basically what I did. And then it was like, my finals week was over, and then the next week was my birthday, and then the week after that was Christmas. So I was like, yeah, okay. I'm just going to start as many as I can up until the 31st, and then those are going to be my kind of starts for 2019 going forward. So I did have some starts. I talked to you guys about a couple of them. And so I started one of, and I also was really busy making project bags. I found like my new thing that I love to make. So I have been making a lot of project bags with matching crown cards, which has been really fun. So I started the Country Cottage Needleworks Gingerbread House number 6. And so I started that, and I just got a little bit of a start. I was a little worried that the white wasn't going to show up. Oh, that's why. But I think, and it might be a little bit off in the light, but I think once I get all of the snow done, it'll be able to be fine. This is on, I think, a 14 count, like a Fiddler's Ada or something like that. So yeah, and this was I think it was called for, it was like a lamb's wool linen. It was the called for fabric, but I figured that those kind of look, they look enough alike. So, okay, so I started that one, and I just used floss I had in my stash. There was only like 4 colors, so I wasn't worried about it. Okay, and then the next one that I started, if Michelle and Chelsea are watching this, you know who you are. You guys are gonna laugh at me. So I've been really nervous to stitch on linen. I don't know why. Honestly, I really don't know why. I think it's just because it's like, it's too advanced for me. I don't know. But anyways, I really wanted to stitch the Forest Snowfall. And that was going to be one of my starts. So my husband and I went up to a cabin just to kind of get away before Christmas started. And I started it. You guys, I don't know if I did it right. But you know what? It's just whatever. So that's my start. It's tiny. Okay, but so I'm doing it 1/2, right? No, 2/2. And you know, it's gonna be one of those things that it'll be a fun, I mean, no matter what, like, it'll be a fun piece to stitch. I'm excited to stitch it. I really like it. I'm really nervous to put it in a Q-snap though. And I ended up going with the lighter colors. I was asking you guys about the color choices because I'm doing it on a purple. It's just like the country linen. I don't know. Whatever. But I ended up choosing like antique lace is what I'm using instead of white for the snowflakes. And these are all like the Simply Shaker. Yeah, they're the Gentle Art ones. But anyways, and then I'm doing baby spinach for the green. Just has a pretty variegation. Then I'm doing maple syrup. For the dark brown, light brown is baked clay. And then for the blue, I'm doing Blue Jay. So those were kind of like the lighter ones. And I think on the purple, they just look really good. So that's what that is. So I am 5 stitches in. Oh man. And I don't know why it makes me so nervous to stitch on it. But I also started, I think it's all like skipping, you know, which I mean, just counting. It's not like it's, you know, some crazy, but I don't know. I think I just psyched myself up, you know, we all do that. And that just got stuck in there. So wonderful. Anyways, so I made a project bag. This one just has snowflakes on it. That was very cute. So just to help with that, I started this Edgar Allan Poe sampler. Whoops. And this is on I thought I heard something. I think I actually want to restart this because I think I'm going to do 2 strands. So I believe this is a 32 count even weave. And I'm just doing right now 1/2. But I really like the coverage that is on the sampler. And they did 32 count linen. Yeah, they did 2 strands. So I think I'm just going to restart that one really quick. I just started that one last night. So I may want to restart that one and do it 2/2. and see how the coverage looks like, because like I said, I really like this. But this, I think, as I stitch more on this, I think it'll help me not feel as iffy about stitching on the linen, because the linen, it is an even weave, but it's definitely more of a, like, it's a traditional linen. So you guys, I don't know though, it's, I was like laughing to myself as I'm stitching on the linen, because I was like, I mean, you're so stupid, like, just freaking stitch on it, you know. But anyways, so I'm going to pause really quick with my whips, because I am wanting to stitch these in hand dyes. So this is the chart. Okay. So basically the colors are black, a steely gray, a really light yellow, a medium orange, and a dark orange. And then there's like some kind of warm grays. So I got Crystal Lake, which is a little more blue. Well, it's a little more bluey gray. Let me get this. I just dropped a piece of yarn. Oh, okay. So I got black licorice for the black. And then I went to my LNS today, because that's what you do the day after Christmas, because I am off of work for 2 weeks, which is phenomenal. Very excited to, like, I don't know, clean my house, you know, the usual. So I got a couple other skeins of colors to try to kind of do my own little color conversion. So for my oranges, I got my original thought was to do these. So the light, mediums, and darks. Right? So light, medium, dark. And it was Butter Crunch was the lightest, Harvest Moon was the medium, and then Carrot was the darkest. I like the variegation. Carrot has some really dark ones, which I think would just be cool. It would just kind of add to it, I think. Then I found Bittersweet, and I was like, ooh, I really like this one. So then I was toying around with, okay, how could I just play these in here? Could I add it here and then go darker? So, I don't know. These are my 4 yellow oranges. I like them all a lot. So, I think I might end up just taking out the Bittersweet and doing my original light, medium, dark. Because the light, and I know some of you guys are going to be like, oh my gosh, this light yellow is really light at places. It's really variegated. But the pattern is, it almost looks like a white yellow. So I think that'll be okay. So anyways, so I got those for some variegation. And then I got, actually 2 different, I assume 2 different dye lots of Garden Gate, because one was variegated with more of a brown and one was definitely variegated with more of a gray. So those are both Garden Gate, but they look very different. So I'm going to try those out on some of the gray and the warm grays. And then I got Baker's Gray. And this is more of a traditional gray. So remember, this was my Crystal Lake that I originally got. And I like the Baker's Gray, which is this one, more. So go with the black. It's definitely much more variegated. But I think I kind of like that. And honestly, this could look stupid with all the variegation. Which is why, as I was checking out, I went and grabbed a bunch of pearl cottons. like one of those, like, just in case, just in case I get halfway through, or I get, not even halfway through, and I'm like, this looks stupid. So I got like a light yellow, a medium orange, and a dark orange to do. And then I got kind of this brown gray and this kind of gray tan and then a black. So worst comes to worst, I scrap what I have and just do the pearl cottons. But I'm hoping that the variegation will just kind of give it a little bit more depth. I don't know. I feel like this could just be like a really fun, my first, hand-dyed stuff. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe I'm just way overdoing it, but I feel like I gotta try. So that's what that one is. So that was the Edgar Allan Poe sampler, which was another one of my new starts. I need to make a project bag. All I have is a little dinky Ziploc. And then I also started a little Mill Hill kit. That will get back in there. Yeah. I got a couple of these at my LNS. And I am in search of the other one. And I really just want the, I don't need the beads, or the beads with it. I think I have enough. But, so I am starting these Colonial Santas. So this one is Jamestown. So I started him. And I just got a little bit done on him. But I think he's going to be really cute. So yeah, I just got just that done. But this one is hard though. I've never stitched on perforated paper before, and I've never really done beading, so I'm excited to do it for the first time. But yeah, getting used to perforated paper was hard. So and then I also have, my plan is to start the Plymouth Santa as well, so those can be 2 new starts. The only problem is when they give you this, it's like you don't really know what color. So thankfully there weren't like 2 reds, or else I would have been screwed. So yeah, so that is Jamestown Santa, and then this is Plymouth Santa. So I need Williamsburg Santa, so if any of you guys have it, or know where to get it, that would be awesome. Let me know. Okay. What is this from? Oh, this is from. Hi, baby girl. Hi. My puppers came to see me. I'm just wandering. Right now it's kind of her nap time, and I think she's a little bit weirded out that I'm like here and around. So, oh, whoops, those go. There you go. Losing my mind. So these are also going in my holiday ornament project bag, which I love. Okay, now on, oh, one more new start. I started my Contessa with Squid. That is a Haid. Her name is Beatrice. And I got about that far on her. And y'all, I'm cutting it real close because that's as much room as I gave myself. I had this fabric, and it's just like I think it's an 18 count Aida. But I was like, I don't want to go buy random fabric, so I made it fit. I cut off 2 rows all around her, so 4 rows top and bottom in total that were just black or had very few colors in them, so it would fit. But yes, I mean, I gave myself about 1 inch on all the way around, but that is how much I got so far. I'm actually really enjoying stitching on 18 count. I forget that I like 18 count. It's my other Haid's on. And it just feels really good. I don't know if it's just this particular Ada or what, but I really enjoy it. And that's in my Barbie project bag. This originally held my scroll rod, but I need to configure a new scroll rod for everything. And then I have all the floss. I'll just show you really quick. I think I showed you guys in another video, but all the floss for her will be in this bag. But right now I just have like some notions in here. So yeah. But all the floss will be in there that will match it. And I do have a big, like, it's one of like the hand quilting frames. It's like 14 by 14, I think, that I have in here. So once I get kind of more towards the middle, I can put her on that and actually, use it. Okay, so I didn't get to stitch on a lot of new things. Like I said, Christmas time, holidays, all that kind of stuff. I was pretty busy. I did get to stitch on my Prairie Schooler, my American Primitive. And so I am there now. And this is actually coming along really nicely. It's a really quick stitch. I think it's just because everything's pretty small. Yeah, and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm excited. This one's pretty close to a finish. Well, not to a finish, but it's getting there. Once I think I get the inside alphabet and stuff done, then I just have to do like the eagles and the flag, but that's really just a lot of color blocking. As you can see, it's this one. So it shouldn't take me too much longer. I would really like to stitch Lady Liberty and Uncle Sam someday. That might be, I might have to add a start to that too. That would be awesome. And they are in my sunflower project bag. That does have a matching garm guard, but I had to switch my map of Hawthorne Hollow to that because I was at an appointment with my mom this morning. She had to go get a procedure done, so I was there. I dropped her off and picked her up, and so I had these two projects. I had this one and then my map of Hawthorne Hollow. And I had forgotten that I don't have a grime guard for my map of Hawthorne Hollow, and so I had a bunch of fabric, and I was like, this is driving me crazy. So I switched out the 8-inch Q-snap for the 6-inch and stuffed all the fabric in the 6-inch, as I'll show you, because I did get a pretty good amount of work done. Oops. So I got a pretty good amount of work done on that one. And again, this, I'm really liking stitching this. It's stitching up really quick, and I didn't think it would. I thought it was going to be really tedious, a lot of counting, but it's really not. And I can't remember what exactly I'm stitching this on. I think it's a 16 count. It's not 18. I think it's 16 count. Just a Fiddler's Ada. So I'm really enjoying this. I need to make a project bag with a matching grime guard so that I can use 8x8. Right now I'm just using my Star Wars one. Okay, and then at my stitching meetup, oh, what, baby? What? I have been working on my Salem Witch Trials. Jen, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah. So I've gotten that much done. And I'm really enjoying this one. I'm stitching this one on an 18 count rustic Ada in oatmeal. And I'm stitching it with just one strand of the pearl cotton. Well, I guess 2 strands, but just like, one together strand. And so it's kind of chunky, and I like that. That was basically what I was going for. I wanted it to be kind of chunky and a little bit more dimensional. And I really like how this is turning out. And this was, she's causing problems. This was the first time that I did a grime guard, a matching needle minder with the fabric that I used, and a project bag. So, yeah. Okay, so I still have, obviously, a ton of whips, but I haven't worked on any of them, so I don't really feel like I need to show you guys. Like I said, I picked out some kind of easy, some easy ones that I could just pick up and stitch that were kind of color blocky, because I just had, like an hour or so to stitch. The only ones that were difficult were, go figure, my linen piece, and that was only because I was nervous about stitching it. But I took this one up to the cabin, like I said, and so I was at like a really nice, relaxing place. I didn't get very far in it, only because there wasn't a ton of good light at the cabin. It was a cabin, and so I needed a little bit more light before I got really far in it. Okay, so I do have some haul, and I had a lovely swap partner, the Stitchers Coven, a group on Facebook. We did a Yule swap, and I got a present, and it was really cute. I got a Star Wars pattern, a cute little pillow cover, and a Stitch sorting hat. I think that was it. I think it was just the three things. And I can't find it anywhere. And I had gotten a chart from Stash Unload that wasn't Lady of the Flag, but it was one that had the flag in it. I can't remember what it was called. And that's with it because I got them the same day. And yeah, and I can't find it anywhere. And I really hope it didn't get thrown away in like the shuffle of Christmas, and there was just crap all over our kitchen where I was wrapping presents. And so I'm hoping, in the next couple of days when I like have a chance to like clear out my mind and clear out my space, I will find it because it was so adorable. And I want to start putting up my cross stitch, my finished projects when I get them. Because I've only been stitching for about a year, and a year and a half total, but I took a really long break in there. So I really only count it about a year. And so I don't have any finishes yet, but I'm starting to pick, and like the first two that I started were like Hades. So I'm starting to pick closer ones and easier ones. So, hey, Jen, come here. Hey, don't chew on that, please. Don't chew on that. Okay, so I just have a little bit of haul that I got today. Come here, baby. Come here. From my LNS. I went and got all these little sample guys that I thought were so cute. And she charges 95 cents. I think they're free. I think they just get them from the Prairie Schooler. But whatever. I don't mind paying $1 for them. So I got that one. And that one. And I want to make these into ornaments. So I want to do a little bit of different colors just because I want to make them more wintry. And obviously that one, I don't have to make more wintry. But that one. This one I love because I love the rain. And I live in Oregon, so it rains a lot here. And that one. Okay, hold on one sec. I have to go get something. Hey, stop chewing on her. No, that's me. Okay. You're killing me, Jin. You're killing me. Okay, sorry. Just chewing on one of my little action figures. You kill me. Okay, so those are those. And then I got, because I started cross stitching in 2017, I wanted to get the 2017 Santa. And because I continued to stitch in 2018, I got the 2018 one. And I thought it would be cool to stitch these on the called for 18 count so they aren't super big. And just have them like a little collection, you know, of every year that I'm stitching. I thought that would be really cool. So I got those. And then I found a Stitcher's Prayer, my Little House Needleworks. So I picked that up as well because I thought that was super cute. And I do want to do the little hearts in purple because I like purple more than red. And then this little house maybe in like a blue or something. So thought that was really cute. And then I got the raven, which I didn't see during Halloween when I got Something Wicked and Double Trouble. So I thought that was awesome. And then the last thing I got was the Prairie Seasons. I thought those would be really cute to stitch and have up around the seasons and the holidays. So that is all I got. This wasn't too bad of a video, but it's I think because I didn't have a ton of whips that I stitched on. So the next time you guys see me, it will be probably after 2018. Or after, you know, the new year. So I will hopefully have a bunch more starts and a bunch more progress on my whips because we are going on a trip. We're going out of town to see my husband's family up in Tacoma, Washington. And so she's like, oh, what are you doing, baby? Hi. Oh. One of these days she'll jump up here. Hi. She's just sitting right now. She has her bone in her mouth. She's funny. And that's like a 4 or 5 hour drive. So I'll get some stitching done then. When we're there, also, there's not a ton to do. We just kind of hang out. And so I'll get some stitching done then. And then I have all next week off as well. So I will definitely be, I need to make some more project bags too. At first, I didn't think I was gonna like having project bags for every single one of my projects, but it's helped me stay a little bit more organized. And my mom joked with me. She was like, "You're really making crafts for your crafts." I was like, "I know, but it is what it is." So I want to make some new project bags for some of the projects that I am really excited about. I want to start Christmas at Hawkhorn Hollow and Halloween at Hawkhorn Hollow. Specifically Halloween at Hawkhorn Hollow if I get to it. Christmas, whatever. But I want to start, I want to make a project bag for that one. And then just kind of, yeah, whatever I can. So yeah, hopefully you guys will see a bunch of new starts from me, and yeah, that is it, I think. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys, and I will see you in a little over